Before 2008, superhero movies were fun, but they weren't revolutionary. Then came a film that changed everything. A B-list superhero, a risky casting decision, an untested cinematic universe, and the most unpredictable gamble in Marvel's history. That film was Iron Man, directed by Jon Favreau, starring Robert Downey Jr. and launching what would become the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Today, we're diving deep into why Iron Man 2008 isn't just a great superhero movie, it's a classic. We'll break down the story, cast, direction, production, budget, box office, cultural impact, and the unforgettable facts that make Iron Man a cinematic landmark. Iron Man was Marvel Studios' first self-financed film. Before this, Marvel used to license out its characters, Spider-Man to Sony, X-Men to Fox. But with Iron Man, Marvel took the risk. They mortgaged their entire future, literally $525 million from Merrill Lynch, betting it all on a character that most of the general public didn't even know well. Tony Stark wasn't Spider-Man. He wasn't Batman. He was an arrogant, alcoholic arms dealer in the comics. Far from your traditional hero, but that's exactly what made him interesting. Iron Man 2008 tells the story of Tony Stark, a billionaire genius and weapons manufacturer. After being kidnapped in Afghanistan by terrorists using his own weapons, Stark is forced to build a missile. But instead, he builds something else, a suit of armor to escape. When he returns to America, he has a change of heart. No more weapons, no more war profiteering. He becomes something else. Not a soldier, not a spy, but a man inside a suit of armor, driven by guilt, purpose, and redemption. The story wasn't just about cool tech. It was about a man realizing his responsibility to the world. It was grounded, emotional, and surprisingly real for a superhero film. Now let's talk about the casting. And let's be honest, Marvel took a massive risk. Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark, Iron Man. At the time, Downey was considered uninsurable in Hollywood due to his troubled past. But director Jon Favreau saw what others didn't. He was Tony Stark, cocky, brilliant, flawed. Downey brought depth, wit, and unpredictability to the role. It wasn't acting, it was transformation. Gwyneth Paltrow as Pepper Potts. As Tony's assistant and eventual love interest, she balanced charm with strength. Jeff Bridges as Obadiah Stane, one of the MCU's underrated villains, calm, calculating, and terrifying. Terrence Howard as James Rhodes. Though later replaced, Howard's performance laid the groundwork for the War Machine arc. This wasn't just a superhero movie, it was character-driven cinema at its finest. Director Jon Favreau, known more for comedies at the time, wasn't an obvious choice, but he brought a grounded realism to the film. Much of Iron Man was improvised. There was no finished script, just an outline. Downey and Favreau worked scene by scene, reacting organically, and that spontaneity gave the film a fresh human feel. No over-the-top villain, no world-ending skybeam, just a man building his suit, failures, sparks, crashes, and all. Favreau also leaned into practical effects. The first Iron Man suit, built by Stan Winston Studios. The result, a world that felt real, tangible, gritty, and of course, the humor. Perfectly timed, never forced. That blend of realism, tech, comedy, and redemption became the DNA of the MCU. Iron Man was made on a budget of approximately $140 million, a high-stakes gamble for Marvel Studios. And what a return it got. Box office, domestic, US, $319 million worldwide. Total, over $585 million. The film wasn't just a hit, it was a launchpad. Critics praised it, audiences loved it, and Hollywood, it took notice. Superhero cinema was reborn. Iron Man wasn't just popular, it was critically acclaimed. Rotten Tomatoes, 94% fresh. IMDb, 7.910. Metacritic, 79/100. Critics praised Robert Downey Jr.'s performance, the grounded realism, the fresh take on the origin story, the balance of humor and emotion. It was a rare film that pleased both hardcore fans and general audiences. So what made Iron Man iconic? The first flight scene, the suit-building montages in the cave, the I Am Iron Man press conference moment, but nothing can top the post-credit scene. Nick Fury, played by Samuel L. Jackson, walking out of the shadows to say, "You think you're the only superhero in the world? You've become part of a bigger universe. You just don't know it yet." That 30-second tease launched the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. It was the birth of connected storytelling in modern blockbusters. Here are some mind-blowing facts about Iron Man 2008. The cave scenes were inspired by the original 1963 Iron Man comic, set in Vietnam, modernized to Afghanistan. Robert Downey Jr. would improvise so much They had multiple cameras rolling just to catch his unexpected lines. The line, "I am Iron Man," was unscripted and became one of the most iconic in cinematic history. Iron Man was the first film in the MCU timeline, even before Captain America. Elon Musk was the real-life inspiration behind the Tony Stark we saw on screen. And finally, Marvel's success today, the Avengers, Endgame, Multiverse, Disney Plus shows, all trace back to this film. Iron Man isn't just a great superhero movie, it's a blueprint. It proved that character matters more than costumes, that smart, witty, imperfect heroes connect with us, and that one risk, one casting decision, one bold new vision can reshape the entire film industry. Without Iron Man, there is no MCU, no Thanos, no Endgame. It's more than a film, it's the first spark in a cultural wildfire. That's why Iron Man, 2008, is not just a modern favorite, it's a timeless, certified classic. Thank you for watching. If this video reminded you why you love the MCU, hit that like button, subscribe, and tell us in the comments, what's your favorite Iron Man moment? And always remember, sometimes, the best weapon is the man who builds it.